The treble winners tournament final is here. The 2009 Barcelona team against the 2010 Inter team. Two squads that actually clashed basically in the 2010 Champions League final. This is a massive philosophical battle between these two teams. I mean, José Mourinho was the translator for Louis van Gaal at Barcelona, where, I mean, look at this, Luis Enrique and Pep Guardiola played, Phil.
Yeah, I think this photo is from 1998, and unless I'm mistaken, and as you said, Mourinho there. People might not know he had a Barcelona past because he's so strongly linked to Real Madrid. But as you said, he was there as a coach and a translator. Luis Enrique, who had moved from Real Madrid to Barcelona, and Pep Guardiola coming through the La Masia and becoming a heartbeat in the heart of this Barcelona midfield. So this is quite an iconic picture if we look at what these three managers have achieved as well. Treble winning manager.
If I'm not mistaken, he might have even been there before Louis van Gaal as Sir Bobby Robson's translator. Yeah. So yes, he does have Barcelona ties, believe it or not. But from the moment Mourinho left there, it's like his villain arc began, and he ended at Porto, won the Champions League, won 2 European titles actually, had also won the UEFA Cup. I think that's the biggest underdog story in Champions League history, not counting European.
You say villain, I say Machiavellian genius, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's there. Machiavelli, I don't know how much he's painted in a positive light, but yes, absolutely. Listen, he gave us some of the best times in football when he went to Real Madrid, paired up against Pep Guardiola's Barcelona. Who philosophically, I mean, this is a clash of two different ideologies, right? We imagine that Barca's going to want to assert their dominance in this game.
And they will. They will assert their dominance. There's no way that they're not going to have the ball. There's no way that they're not going to create opportunities. But I think, as we spoke about this in the semi-finals, this is an Inter side that knows exactly what they want to do, knows exactly how to stop, how to frustrate, how to limit sides that are more talented than them with the ball.
Completely agree, and that's due to Mourinho. Mourinho, throughout his career, it's been like at Chelsea, he got it right. He just said, you know what, tactically, I'm just going to sit in, be difficult to beat. And I feel like him with this Inter team, he did that as well in abundance. He got every single player, they knew their roles, they knew what was expected of them, and they produced it really, really well. But again, I think they'll be happy with Barcelona having the ball, and they'll be disciplined and be difficult to beat and break down and then counter. Right,
I actually heard a funny anecdote of Zé Roberto when his Bayern Munich side went up against his 2009 Barcelona side, and then manager Jurgen Klinsmann said, I have the tactic when the draw came out. He said, I have the tactic of how to play this Barcelona team. We're going to high press them, and they practice high press all week long.
No, don't
and for the first 5 minutes, he said Barcelona just had the ball, and they ended up losing that first leg 4-0. So the counterpoint to Jurgen Klinsmann is José Mourinho in one season later.
I'll tell you where they'll be pressing. They'll be pressing in
inside of the box. And so for those of you who don't know, that Inter side ended up beating Barcelona in the semi-final just the very next season. It's the Eto'o saga, right? Zlatan was at Inter. Barca sold Eto'o plus,
I think it was something ridiculous like 60 million euros plus Eto'o for Ibrahimovic.
For Zlatan, the very next season. So essentially these two teams played each other that very next season. Let me just read you the stats of that second leg. Barca, 15 total shots, 4 on target, 1 free kick to goal, 9 corners, 76% possession. Oh, well, I'm here. I have the match stats here. I think this is over the 2 legs, by the way.
Right.
I mean, right, because you got the 20 shots. This is over the 2 legs. So that 13% possession that I gave the other day wasn't so far off. That's
ridiculous.
Crazy.
That's ridiculous. Shots on target, 0 in 2 games.
No, I think this must be for the second leg because it's 1-0 and, the shot on target 0. But still, I mean, the fouls, actually, more Barcelona fouls. More Barcelona fouls. So we thought Inter were going to get stuck in, but Barcelona.
I think when we say fouls, though, I don't think they're fouls. I think you're just nudging someone over.
Okay. Oh, and because obviously Inter Milan dark arts, they'd be going down, clutching their leg. Oh, it's a foul. It's a foul. Take it up time and winning free kicks. So
no shots on target, and they ended up getting. Piqué scored late in this game. the game plan.
9 corners, but they definitely didn't cross it into the box. They'll be short corners.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, the game plan worked, I would say, perfectly. I mean, you might call it anti-football, but it's football nonetheless.
It is football.
Sometimes you just got to get the result. The most important thing, especially at that stage, is results. Doesn't matter how you do it, results are the most important.
Oh, sorry, Inter, no, you're not treble winners, it's anti-football, it doesn't count. No, it doesn't work like that.
Right,
It's valid. It is all
absolutely.
valid.
And no one talks about how the game went. You just care about your treble winner.
Result.
Yeah.
Okay, hold up. Let me just pose another hypothetical, because this tournament is hypothetical. Inter, after doing the same thing, because we get all of these characteristics of holding down the fort and suffering and getting through against the 2015 Barça, they're arriving into this final tired, mentally, psychologically fatigued. It was a battle. Don't you think that's going to work against them? It's like, oh, another Barcelona team in the final. Like, we have to go another full 90.
Listen, we're here, we're talking about this, and we've made this absolutely brilliant tournament up, but realistically, I think this 2009 Barcelona team, this is the best team ever, potentially. What we're saying is this Inter Milan side could compete with them. It is not clear-cut. They could compete, but this is the best team ever, so, you know. We're making an argument. We've strung it out right at the start of the tournament. We said 2009 Barca is probably the best team ever. But, you know, this Inter Milan side would make it difficult for them.
And as well, I'd like to add to that, individually, there's some of the best players ever on that pitch. I mean, especially when you talk about Busquets in that position, probably, arguably one of the best ever. Everyone talks about Iniesta, Xavi, obviously, and Messi being from an absolute another planet. But with Dani Alves as well, one of the best right-backs ever. It's an amazing team individually, but collectively they were great too.
How do we think Eto'o versus Eto'o is going to work out?
Who's younger? Yeah. I think that way. Younger and older.
Inter Eto'o is hungry, he is angry, he wants to prove himself. He's like, you guys sold me, look what I'm going to do here now.
That's true,
I'm a bit scared of that, Eto'o.
That's true, because when you play against your old team, you always want to prove yourself more. You always want to say, hold on, this is what you let go. Now I'm going to punish you for it.
That's an interesting concept. I'm like, this is like time travel. It's like a weird thing.
This
like,
is getting a bit meta, isn't it?
Because the other Eto'o wouldn't know. Okay, regardless. Let's go tell the tape. Defense. We're giving this to...
We're giving this to Inter.
But Barca's defense isn't bad either.
But I think we're talking about the game. I think in that game, we won't really see Barca defend that much.
Right.
I think we're going to see Inter defend a lot, and that's why I'm giving it to Inter, because them defenders is very much like... When I played there, it was literally like, you can go past me, but you're not going past me with the ball.
Right.
And then you get knocked over. They know how to defend. They know how to be difficult to break down and very, very organized.
They'll stop either the man or the ball, but not both.
Both, exactly. That's exactly it.
Midfield, attack. I have a feeling of where we're going with this one.
I mean, midfield is very clear-cut, I think, Barcelona, right? Yeah. But attack with that two sort of metaphysical, time-travelling Eto'o might change things up a little bit. I don't know. I mean, obviously, all right, okay, now clearly it's Barcelona, isn't it? I mean,
Messi, Eto'o.
That's exactly. But the only thing I would say, and you know, he's a friend of mine, Henry. I love Henry. He's one of my favourite players ever. But this is a different Henry. This is a different Henry because he went into a team where there's another player that's the superstar.
Yeah.
And even him himself, he said, I had to play a role. I had to do a lot more for the team, and he did that. And he enjoyed doing it as well.
You have to see the little protagonism if you're Henry playing against Barcelona, but it worked out well for them. Here, manager?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Mourinho in this one, and I'm purely going for Mourinho because that was
Pep's first season.
Pep's first season. I mean, obviously, like we just spoke about, he's won the Champions League at Porto, which was just unbelievable. No one expected. Imagine what the odds would have been for Porto to win the Champions League. I don't even know. But, I mean, I think that
was the best iteration of Mourinho.
Yeah, I think we have to go with Mourinho.
Because this is peak Mourinho and this is not quite yet peak Pep.
Exactly.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. But this, again, I got a lot of smack from production for not giving the edge for Sir Alex in '99. Right. I did give, in the tail of the tape, the edge to Pep Guardiola this season. But to me, the logic is, this 2009 Barcelona team is a reference point on the timeline of football. I don't care that it was Pep's first season. Look at what they achieved. Look at how they changed football. Like, if you want to mark a couple of moments in the timeline of football history, I'll go back to the 70s and say Rinus Michels with the total football of the Netherlands, and then Johan Cruyff, perhaps with the 92 Barca Dream Team. And then I would have to point to Pep Guardiola in 2009.
Nico, the thing is, Pep inherited a great Barcelona team already, right?
What did Barca do 3 seasons before with Rijkaard? They hadn't won the league.
Let me land. Okay, Alex Ferguson took average Man United team and dominated English football.
They're out of
dominated English football for years.
They're out in the semi-final.
We're not talking about
I'll give Mo the edge here, just for the sake of the argument. And then intangibles. What are we feeling? Whew. I mean, I feel like that Inter team is the definition of intangible.
I'm not going to go with this one. You know, I don't want to say nothing.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Maybe when you've got so much magic in a team like Barcelona do, maybe that's the intangible. Like, you don't know what they can conjure up at any given moment. There's more magic there.
I'm going to go with Barcelona in this one. And
okay.
The reason why I'm going for this is because I don't think the intangibles matter when you have such talented players all playing together on a team and you've got the great one.
All right.
Barcelona.
So who's winning this final? We've done our AI simulation.
Well, because, I mean, we've been saying
there's an answer here.
Barca.
It's a hypothetical question, but it's also, one that we had in 2010. Like, these two teams literally met and Inter went through to the final. It was over 2 legs, of course. There was some slight differences in the teams, but broadly speaking, we've seen this matchup, and Inter went through. So,
but this is a replay.
It's a replay. 15 years later, they know how to not fall into that trap, right?
Okay, so Barcelona.
All right, I also think Barcelona. But before we hand Barcelona the Trebles Winner Tournament trophy in the inaugural tournament, by the way, in a couple more summers, we might have to do this again if there are more treble winners from here on out. This is what AI says. Verdict, draw. Decided on penalties. Score prediction 1-1 after extra time. Barca goal, Messi. He cuts in long shot after a combination with Iniesta. Inter goal, Milito from a Sneijder counter on a set piece. Barca dominates statistically.
Of course.
Inter hangs in, we go to pens. Winner on pens?
Barca.
Inter. In open play, Barcelona is the better team, but Inter is built to withstand. Mourinho already beat this side the year after. His 2010 team was tactically and mentally prepared for this battle. If this match plays tight, Inter always has a chance. So it is the most philosophically perfect matchup in football history.
You know what the thing is? I think ChatGPT told a possible good story there. I think he or she might have got that right.
Listen, I think the semi-final. I just don't think Inter can do it once and then again with another Barca team.
Yeah, which is why we've given it to Barca, right?
So, Barcelona, felicitats. You are the Treble Winners Tournament champion, the 2009 team managed by Pep Guardiola. That was fun, guys.